We are live. Good evening, guys. How are you? So we are here again with an amazing topic today. Trust me, if you are there till the end, you will learn so many things. So we had this session on crucial conversation last time in our PIM workshop, and I don't know if you understand this crucial conversation. So when the conversation is going on a normal level, we generally are expert in talking in the normal situations, but the moment conversation become difficult, right? Let's say you are going to your boss for the appraisal. Maybe you had a fight with your spouse, right? Maybe you had a fight with your colleague. How to handle that situation? I always used to think that the best way is just ignore that situation. But then how far you can delay? They say that a difficult conversation becomes more difficult the longer you delay them. So it's like cancer, right? If you don't treat those cancerous cells early, then it will spread in the body, and then it will be hard to even fix that. So same way, crucial conversation is very important to fix it at the right time, the moment it starts. And that's what almost 500 people had joined that peak impact mentorship workshop, and they benefited from them. And we wanted to, and that was a very close kind of discussion with 500 people, but we wanted to spread this knowledge to everyone, right? Maybe you were not part of that session by any chance, that's okay, right? So I'm Vineet. I have 18 years of experience in IT, and I'm working at a leadership position, and I have six amazing people including me. So five more people will join, and they will introduce themselves. And so everyone has amazing kind of experience, but we thought, why, since we attended this session and we wanted to come together and share our knowledge from there. So what is PIM for people who have joined first for the first time? It's Peak Impact Mentorship, which has been founded by our mentor Bijay Khandal, who is an IITN and also executive director in John Maxwell Team, right? And that's where this workshop has happened, and we are going to discuss all the positive, key, great things from that particular session. And since we come from IT, you know that we are always busy, and that's why we were busy till almost 9-10 p.m. And we thought, even if it's late, we know all our late night IT folks will certainly watch this session, right? And so we are here. So let me start asking people who are going to be some amazing folks who are going to be part of this session and introduce themselves. As I said, I have 18 years of experience, and I'm originally from Bihar. I'm based out in Bangalore, and yeah, that's all about me. Let us start inviting folks. So here is Anchit. Anchit, why don't you introduce yourself and people who are watching you?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Vineet. So, hi everyone. Myself, Anchit, working in IT industry from past 12 plus years, and basically I'm in Chandigarh as of now. And uh, from roots, my roots are in Himachal, and Himachal is a very nice state. The place is district Kangra, Nurpur, and it's a very good place. Lots of hilly areas are around. So that's all.
Scenic places.
Thanks, Vineet. Yeah.
Yeah, it has many scenic places, and amazing. So I've been there in Shimla and some other places. Awesome, awesome. So we have so you will see that we have covered almost most of the states in India. So I'm from Bihar, based out in Bangalore. Anchit is from Himachal, based out in Chandigarh. Let's see who else are there with us. And Anchit has almost 12 years of experience in IT, right, Anchit?
Yes.
Awesome. So we have Sarbajit. So Sarbajit, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Oops. Yeah. Hi, I'm 𝗶𝗶𝗫𝗀. I have 13 years of experience in IT, and I'm from Odisha, and my current location is Bangalore. Yeah, and I'm learning a lot of good things from PIM. It's the pandemic, though, because of pandemic, still I'm enjoying the this association. Thank you, Vinit.
Awesome. Very nice to have you, Sarbajit. So we third state, Odisha, also in this discussion. Let me invite one more person, 𝗏𝗏. 𝗏𝗏, okay, looks like there's some delay from 𝗏𝗏 side. 𝗏𝗏, can you hear me? Okay, let me invite Ravi onto the stream. Ravi, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Yeah. Hi everyone. This is Ravi. I'm a software proficient. I'm working from Chennai. Actually, I'm originated from Vijayawada, Andhra Pradesh. During this COVID time, the one positive thing that happened is PAM, and like getting into this PAM is very much helpful for me. Thanks everyone.
Awesome, very nice, Ravi. Great. Now let's have Narayana. Narayana, will you go and introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi all. My name is Narayana. I'm a software
So guys, it's
engineer.
all coming and going. Yes, Narayana, go ahead.
Yeah, hi all. Myself Narayana. I'm a software engineer by profession. I'm basically from Andhra Pradesh, 𝗏𝗏𝗶𝗵𝗃𝗀. It's famous for silk sarees, and I'm working in Bangalore. Yeah, that's it.
Awesome. Andhra, famous for silk sarees. What place you said, Narayana?
𝗏𝗏𝗶𝗵𝗃𝗀, Vinit.
𝗏𝗏𝗶𝗵𝗃𝗀. Very nice, very nice. So we have, I think 𝗏𝗏 is having some difficulty in joining. I think we'll ask him to introduce the moment his stream is working. 𝗏𝗏, can you hear me? Okay, looks like there's some internet issue on his side. Yeah, so this is a challenge of working from home. And all right, so we'll start. I think okay. I think 𝗏𝗏 is also there. 𝗏𝗏, can you hear me now? So it's looking like a 𝗏𝗏 Goswami show, and we are trying to fix the technical things, and such a big panel and all. Yes, 𝗏𝗏, nation wants to know how are you. So 𝗏𝗏 is still with his green face. He's still trying to figure out how to fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, 𝗏𝗏. Introduce yourself.
I'm doing really.
Okay, looks like there's some problem still, 𝗏𝗏, on your side. You can try to see if there's an internet issue. I will go on. So guys, I think let's start with the crucial conversation thing, right? What exactly is crucial conversation? I think it's very important to understand what is crucial conversation. Otherwise, we will never understand the importance of, communication is one part, but crucial communication, crucial conversation.
What's going on that? This is
A completely different thing. So 𝗏𝗏, I think your voice is breaking, so we can't hear you.
not supported.
So just I'm removing you from the stream, and you can just check why the issue is there. Yeah. Okay. So we want to go ahead and tell the people who are watching you what exactly is crucial conversation. क्या है crucial conversation?
I can go, Vinit.
Yeah, go ahead, Anjan.
So crucial conversations is like when stakes are high, opinions are vary, and emotion runs strong. So it's important that everyone is involved in those conversation to feel safe. So this is a type of conversation in which we should not be running, and we should be doing that conversation then and there.
Awesome. Very nice. Very nice. Anyone want to add to what Anchit said?
Yeah, Vinit, I want to add one more point. Always crucial conversations comes between the important persons. So we need to always think that we need to make this relationship better and stronger. So at that point only, these crucial conversations will come. I understand.
Look, my train is going on when Narayana is. Yeah, we can hear the railway sound. Yeah, very good point. Very good point, Narayana. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry, I just recalled trains.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Narayana. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, That's it, Vinith. I
Okay,
completed.
okay. No worries, no worries. I know that the train of thought got broke. So it was a break from the train on the train of thought, isn't it? So it looks like you're
Yeah.
staying near,
Yeah,
yeah,
there is a near my
train
home.
goes by, yeah. I stay near it's near HL, so I always hear aeroplanes, fighter planes and all those sounds. The similar line. Awesome. Exactly. So crucial conversation is all about, right, when the situation is not in your control, right? Generally we try to remain very calm and composed, and then suddenly somebody comes and hits us or says something wrong. Then it's very hard to keep your composure, right? And that's where crucial conversation starts. In the difficult all the difficult conversations, when the stakes are high, when the tempers are high, right? When you are in a angry mode, or you know that, oh my god, if I don't converse properly, my appraisal will be put on hold and all that. Amazing, great points, everyone. So how do we react normally to crucial conversation? Vijay covered this in a very amazing manner, in a rhyming way, right? So how do we actually um, react generally when we are not aware of crucial conversation? Whenever this crucial conversation comes to our life, how do we react to it? Ravi, you want to take that?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Generally, like whatever the Bijay sir said, like I feel that's what I do in my life also. Either I take it up a flight mode, or else I'll go with the fight mode. Mostly I'll not take the fight mode. I first one I'll opt it. I'll just go away from the situation. I'll not talk it for a long time. I'll delay it. I'll procrastinate it. Some other day I will just burst out, which I don't want to burst in that situation. I'll burst out like a pressure cooker. So that's what used to happen with me also. Yeah,
Awesome,
after
awesome.
he says I resembles my thing, so what I used to do and all.
So that's the normal way we react. Very nice. So good to have you, Vaibhav. Can you hear me now? Okay, looks like, Vaibhav, it's a bad day for you. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Anyone else want to add to what Ravi said?
Yes, I want to add one more point. Like, uh, you know, if you take that flight mode, like what happens is like your boss says something, but you will not you don't want to discuss with him because you think that he is not able to understand that. Then you'll take that, okay, let me take the flight mode, let me ignore the conversation. So what will happen, that flight mode, if you do that for 10 times or 20 times, then that turns into a fight mode one day. So that's what I think Ravi also said, that yeah,
Right,
it
right.
happens with everyone, like in every relationship, in your at your home, yeah, at all type of relationship. Yeah.
Very nice. So, anyone else want to give some examples of flight and fight mode? Anchit, yeah, you are you on mute? Yeah, just give me a second.
Oh,
Yeah, I
yeah,
think you
I
have.
can give it. Yeah, I can give example of a fight mode. I was used to like that in my college days, and I used to argue on the perspective of the truth, which I am seeing as per my knowledge.
Yeah,
And to prove
and
my point, I always ready to go to the top level. But now I think how foolish I am, and what I have achieved with that argument. So अब ऐसा लगता है कि आर्गुमेंट करके फाइट करके ऑन द स्पॉट और अपनी ईगो को ऊपर रख के कुछ फायदा नहीं है. So
Exactly.
it's good to have a like solution finding conversation, not like a fighting mode conversation.
Right. Very nice. Narayana, you want to give some example?
Yeah, usually I'm also into flight mode. Sometimes if I don't like to the things means I usually delayed and avoid the things. But I when I came into PIM, I realized that it costs more. We need to take action immediately, or it takes action next couple of hours. Okay, then it will be settled.
Exactly.
Yeah, recently one experience happened for me. After the complete of this crucial conversation session, then the next day I actually speak with there is a relationship problem with me, my mother, and wife. Okay, we three sit together, and I listen both of the conversations, and by using pen method actually. So I simply sit, and I let my mother speak for some time, and I also give chance to my wife, and where the problem arises,
Very
I
nice.
I spotlight it, and I'm not able to resolve that relationship problem somewhat. It's a good
Awesome,
actually.
awesome. So you have overcome your issue of flight and fight mode. Very nice. We'll come to that. And good. I think you already gave an example. Yeah, I mean, I think most of the time it's like that, right? The flight mode is basically you want to just ignore that situation, right? Somebody is. Sometimes it happens so that let's say a bodybuilder guy, right? And if he, let's say, if he hits you or does something, right? And you are not that bodybuilder and not strong, right? You will want to hit him back, but you will not do that, right? You just ignore it, leave it. Yeah, who is going to say anything? So anyway, that's a example. But so I was seeing this somewhere that it was in Hindi, and he was saying, मन तो बहुत करता है मारने का, लेकिन क्या करूँ, वो मेरे को ही मारेगा, इसलिए मारता नहीं हूँ. I want to hit him hard, but I know he will hit him even harder, so I'm not going to hit him. So
In
so
that
exactly.
case, fight. In that case,
Yeah.
fight mode will never come then.
It will never come. It will always be flight mode. Take the flight and run away. Yeah, it's a funny example, but yeah, that's what it happens, right? The moment conversation, and most of the good guys, I think we all are good guys, right? We are not warriors and all, right? I come from warrior community. They call Rajputs and warrior community and all, but internally I'm not a warrior or like anything, right? So basically, we don't have that in us, right? We all are good guys, so we generally will ignore. We'll say, leave it here. Who is going to fight and all, right? And or the other side of it, as you said, after 2-3 times you will actually get into the fight mode, right? I've seen people doing this, basic problem. Boss will ask them something and they will shoot him back saying, no, I'll not do that. You're trying to just get into that fight mode, right? And your appraisal is going to be so he has already given you appraisal. I'm not going to give him a good appraisal, right? So what is the point of fighting with your boss, right? Get into a conversation where you can actually clarify your situation, right? Amazing. So either we take flight mode, we run away from the situation, or fight mode. So this is only two modes that we are aware, right? So but there is a third alternative, which is called dealing with crucial conversation, right? And how do we deal with that? So let's talk about, and I think there's something called spotlight principle also that plays a big role in this crucial conversation, right? And it is very sensible in a relationship. Let's say if you are married, right? And in Indian society generally it happens, if your wife is and your mother are staying together, a bit of on and off will happen, right? A bit of fight and all those things, right? And now for husband it's difficult to whose side to take and whose side not to take, right? There's a very tricky situation, right? And that's where that principle of spotlight comes, right? So anyone want to talk on this spotlight principle? What exactly Vijay has talked about it, about spotlight principle?
Yes, I can discuss about spotlight. So spotlight is basically the knowledge that we have, or the information we come to know from other. We tend to take decision on basis of that. So like for example, like just as you have given example of husband and wife relationship, and mother-in-law relationship. So sometimes people tend to or mother-in-law tend to like give some information of that this she is doing this today, she is doing that today, she is not taking care, she has not cooked the food properly or something like that, and we just come to know about that food is not cooked properly and it is not tasty. But why the food is not cooked properly, but the reason behind that we do not think over that, and we started fighting. We are not cooking the food properly, or you're not taking care of child properly. So spotlight is that thing that the information we come to know, we tend to take decision, and that's a very wrong move
Amazing.
in a
Very
conversation.
awesome. You clarified it completely. Anyone else want to add anything? Perfect. So exactly. So spotlight is, I think this is the problem which we most of the time get into. So we just have, and this happens even at a corporate level. That just Anshit gave an example of personal life. Even at a corporate level, you will say, you will, your boss is saying you something, or let's say your colleague is asking you something. We will just see one side of it. He said this to me to do one more task, right? But if you see the larger picture, maybe company has that pressure, maybe the his bosses are giving another level of pressure, right? Or anything of that sort, right? So somewhere when you think from just one dimension, so that's what is spotlight. The way it's happen on stage, the spotlight will always be on one person, right? So the only one situation, so we have to gather all the information why that challenge is there, right? Let's say you want to do something new, public speaking, book reading and all that, right? But then you know that I am just focusing on, no, I am not a good communicator. That's again one spotlighting, right? So but if you see larger thing, if you have that willingness, you have that desire, there are so many other dimensions which will work out, right? And you will be able to do that. So I think that's very important, to not to get into that spotlight principle. Amazing. So I think we understood the problem statement, right? What is crucial conversation? Now talking about the solution, and we also talked about some solution that we apply when we are not aware what is crucial conversation. And one thing is that flight mode or fight mode. That is, you don't have to train for that, right? No, people who is not trained on the crucial conversation, they will automatically either take flight mode or fight mode, right? Now, what is the so let's take one example. I think let's take one example where the conversation had become really difficult, right? Where a crucial conversation, maybe with your spouse, maybe with your in-laws, maybe with your boss, maybe with your colleague. Let's take one example, and I think that example will give people a better idea on why that, and we will also talk on why that conversation become difficult. Because as Vijay said, there are multiple reasons of crucial conversation getting difficult, right? It could be me, it could be the issue, it could be the other person, right? So let's take one example. If you can give an example of what is that, one example wherein you actually saw this crucial conversation coming in, and how did it start? Anyone want to take this up?
Yeah, Vinith, I can take this up.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like usually, when we are like with our friends and all, so somewhere with some misunderstanding, two of the friends will come to us, and they say two perspectives in their own opinion, and this guy will be correct in his side, and this guy will be correct in his side. So the entire picture will not be knowing. That's what in the spotlight will happen. So we'll not the entire story, and we'll be knowing the half of the story only. He will be saying in his way, and the other fellow will be saying in his way. So at that time, it will be very crucial to pitch in. And if you say something, if you judge on those basis, then you will become wrong person at last. I mean, like you will be into trouble. So we have to handle this situation. If you keep quiet, then it is like again it will be a challenge for your relationship. So we should not be in a like flight mode. We should not be in a fight mode also. Somewhere we have to handle it properly. So these situations and all, we have to take it in a proper way.
Very
That's
nice.
what I
And
feel very challenging actually.
very nice, very nice, awesome. And I see that Ajay has given an amazing comment also on our stream, saying that fight or flight, this concept is an essential one, specifically where you have to take a decision, right? Fight mode is to be perfect. Here you have to interact with your thought process. Amazing, Ajay. Thanks for your comment. I really liked it. Great. So now let's talk about this emotional bank account concept. I think that is so important to have right, to deal with the crucial conversation. So let's talk about this. Who want to take this on? What exactly is emotional bank account? Yeah, what is
Yeah, I
emotional
can.
bank account? Yeah, go ahead.
I can take this up.
Go
Yeah.
ahead, go ahead.
So basically, this will help you to manage a relationship which you really care about, right? Your relationship with spouse, your relationship with parents, right? Any important relationship, you do that. So what happens is when when you do something good, you appreciate them or you say good thing about them, So basically, it works like a bank balance. So, for example, if you are in a marriage or you are in a new relationship with your girlfriend or boyfriend, right? So when you start together in a new relationship, you get a good amount of balance. So since both of you like each other, so it all started with a good amount of balance in the emotional bank balance account, right? But eventually what happens after a few days, I mean, initially it all goes good, uh, but when we are in relationship, we try to figure out what is missing from the other person. So we try to point each other. So when we try to point each other, so what happens is we are actually withdrawing the bank, withdrawing the currency, what we have deposited, what is there in your bank balance, right? So if you say something bad, so basically you are withdrawing something like 1,000 currency you are withdrawing. But when you say good thing, you're just depositing only one currency. Uh,
Right.
so yeah, I mean, I have tried that. I didn't realize that why. I mean, initially after 1 year of marriage, it was all going good, but eventually I saw there is some disturbance between our relationship. Not so much disturbance, but yeah, there was some disturbance. But after I heard this concept, I started applying, and I mean, it's working wonders. Like I'm just avoiding all the negative things, and I'm just trying to deposit. I'm just putting new balance to my emotional
Very
bank
nice.
balance.
Very nice. Very nice. Anyone else want to add to this? I think it's a very important concept. I will want to reinforce with a couple of you.
Yeah,
Emotional.
sure.
Yeah, go ahead, Anchit.
Yeah, sure. So emotional bank balance is like deposit and withdrawal. So it's like a emotional deposit and emotional withdrawals. So like any relationship, in the beginning, first there is an impression stage. In the beginning of the relationship, we tend to create impressions over each other, and we tend to deposit emotions into each other. And then when we started completely knowing to each other, then we started going some withdrawals. And because we are now know each other, and we know that because after knowing each other, we also know the weakness and good points and bad points, and then we try to pinch on the bad points just to prove our point. So then these are the withdrawals. So this relationship happens in this type of balance relationship happens in marriage as well in your office. When you are new joining a new office, you tend to create impressions and tend to create a environment there. So like, and this emotional bank balance is different in perspective of a boys to boys relationship and a boys to girl relationships. Like in a boys to girl relationship, you will have if you tend to increase the emotional balance, and you need to increase the deposits. So whenever you give a gift, like uh, recently, if I gave a gift of iPhone 11 to my wife, so I just brought it like this to in a box, and uh, in a box, and give it to her that, okay, this is a gift for you, iPhone 11, and so surprise nature is there. So she is happy. But then I come to know in the PIM session that if I go with packaging as well of the iPhone, good with packaging, with the ribbon, and with any good best wishes sticker, then it will increase more uh, my deposits in of that emotional bank balance.
Awesome, awesome, amazing example, Anjit. And even I remember one of the example how to reduce your bank balance, right? So generally, when you start your marriage, so it's like you will always deposit 1 lakh, 1 crore rupees. But I started marriage with negatives, and the way it happened. So I asked my wife, "What do you like?" And instead of asking what do you like, general question, I actually asked, "So what do you do in your professionally? What exactly is the thing that you really like?" And she said, "I like to do creative things, designing and Photoshop and all." And you won't believe me, what did I send her? One Photoshop book, just in a courier bag. Nothing else was there. So no packaging, and it was such a bad example that she still recalls. So even after 11 years of career of our marriage, still she always remembers that what foolish you were. This is the kind of gift you gave, that it was not even wrapped anything. At least you should have put some flower in that. So that's how
Yes, yeah.
that's how most of the boys are. But Anchit is much smarter, and great, amazing. I think that's very important to take care of your emotional bank account. Yeah. Anyone else want to add anything to this? Okay, perfect. I think so. Now let's come to the solution, right? All these things we discussed. Now, what is the solution to this whole crucial conversation, right? We understand the problem, we understand the concepts which are there. That one is, you should keep on increasing your emotional. Don't just think about increasing your money balance. It's very important to increase your emotional account balance also, right? And so what are the solutions that Vijay talked about? And he gave 4 amazing solutions, right? We can handle this crucial conversation. So can we talk on those solutions? I'm sure people are waiting to hear that. Yes, so matlab, kab se these guys are saying about all the problem. Where is the solution? Guys, give me some solution. Where is the solution? So let's talk about the solution. Okay, yeah, anyone can pick one example and one solution to what Vijay has given of crucial conversation. Go ahead.
Yeah, I can go ahead. I
Yeah,
want to. Yeah.
go ahead.
So I mean, any relationship, like very important thing is your identity, right? You should not think that I should win this conversation, right? So if you are doing some very crucial conversation, so you just be open-minded and just think that, okay, just think that I don't want to win, something like that. You can think. I mean, you can ignore the winning. So that part you just forget it. So that's very important. Yeah.
Yeah, they say, right? If you win an argument, you lose the person, right? So don't think about winning the argument. Even if you win, you are losing the person, and just decide what is more important for you: winning that one argument or the person. Amazing.
Yeah, I want to give one example. That. So, for example, if you are talking with your parents, right? So there is a generation gap. So they might they doesn't look the things, or they might doesn't know about a particular thing. So so you might feel that, oh, this my parents doesn't know anything. So yeah, it's worthless to talk further, right? So you're basically winning. You are not saying directly, but you are winning inside that, okay, this is not worthless, not worthy to talk. But yeah, if you are not able to explain, basically it's your fault, right? Even if you are thinking that you are winning, you are not winning. You are winning. You are losing the relationship. So yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Amazing solution. So one solution is that you should be not having that winning mindset. You can have that winning mindset in your career or whatever, wherever you want, but in terms of relationships, right? When you want to win your crucial conversations, then don't think of winning, right? It's such an irony. So think about the relationship that you're going to build. Right? Amazing, very nice. Any other solution that we can apply? Anyone else, if they can pick?
Yeah. Like when you're starting any discussion with someone, first you have to keep in mind that why you are starting that conversation, either to build your relationship, or either you want to achieve that conversation and all. So we have to keep in mind that our relationship is a priority. That's why we started this one, and we have to fix it somehow. So that's what we have to go in a way. That's the mindset we should have.
Awesome. Very nice. Good point.
And
yeah. Go ahead.
I want to add one more thing. The goal should be to understand, not to impose the idea on others. Okay.
Yeah. Very nice. It should not be so. It's and generally the way it happens, we don't try to understand, and we rather try to make assumption, and just we reply without we just impose our idea. Very nice. Very good. Very good point. Awesome. So again, looks like train is coming from your side. All right. Yeah. Any other point, guys? Any other point?
Yes, Vineet. We should not delay any crucial conversation. When we need to do a crucial conversation, it's better before speaking anything. We should make a habit of summarizing the points. Listening it and summarizing is more important. It's not just like we need to resolve the situation. So without listening, the situation will not get resolved. We need to listen it, then summarize it, that this is my understanding and this is my perspective, and I want to put this point on this.
Amazing. Amazing. And listening is so important, right? And it's not easy, right? Particularly if you have done really bad in your relationship, like me. I gave a great example, right? If you have done something like that, trust me, you have to spend at least 2-3 hours just to listen. And you might have to listen everything. You are waste, you are a dustbin, you are this and that, you are useless guy. So you have to have that patience. Amazing point. Until unless you have that patience of hearing and listening, right? So both the points, what Narayan said and Anchi said, is something. It's so important that for you, you'll have to understand their point before you start speaking up, right? And the way is to get that summarized. So basically, if somebody has told you something in angry or whatever, in anger, in whatever ways, after listening all the content, don't just focus on the abuses and those that you're going to get. So focus on overall content and then try to summarize it. Trust me, it will work. Amazing. And anything else, guys? I think it's going amazing. So I think we are coming to the solution how to handle crucial conversation. Anything else anyone want to add? Okay, so if you see that habit of summarizing, I think, is so important, and particularly and understanding others. So I remember Vijay saying this thing about 40 years, what happens before 40 years, what happens after 40 years, and what happens after 50 years, right? That was an amazing example. Before 40, we always say in our 20s and 30s, I don't need anyone, isn't it? So I'll do it
Yeah.
myself, right? I'll do everything myself. The moment you're 40, then what happens? You say,
I need someone.
I need someone.
I need some support. I need some support because my bones have started, giving me pain and all. I need some support. I can't do everything by myself, right? But the moment you pass 50, then it's a different phase. Then you say, I need many people. I need a community to support me, right?
Right.
So you have to, why not to be clear? Because if you realize this at 50 years, you will never get a community, right? You have to build it when you are completely fine in your 30s, in your 40s, right? So that's what the understanding point is. You will not want to understand if you are too young. So that's where maturity comes. So bring that maturity. Age is just a number. Even that maturity can come in 30 years also, right? Amazing.
Yeah.
And I think one thing we talked about, the win-win, right? So somewhere conversations should always be win-win. You can't just, give everything away, right? So let's say if something you're not agreeing completely from your heart, even in the right mindset, you're not agreeing, then you should speak up that, right? Let's say,
Yeah.
and of course, wait for it, summarize it, and something you don't agree, then you can just say that also. That's what the win-win situation is, right? It can't be win-lose, that you lose everything and the other person is winning, right? Then again, it will be okay for once, twice, thrice. Fourth time, your volcano will again erupt. So no, I can't accept all the wrongs all the time, right? So better speak up. Amazing. I think, and of course, one thing he said about the relationship, the what should be a priority: relationship, not the argument, not the conversation. If you are focusing on the relationship, you will be able to handle all the crucial conversation, right? And I think he talked about keeping our ego aside, right? The moment we bring our ego in this, I think somewhere again you will never understand the importance of relationship and all, right? And I keep seeing people that they'll say, oh, I'm not going to, I listen to her, she doesn't understand me and all that. They could get into a mode of ego, right, where it's very hard to come back. So finally, folks, I think if there is always a hero in a movie, right? Vijay was telling about this. There is always a hero in the movie, and the hero is the one who solves all the crucial conversation, right? If you remember
Yeah.
Damini movie, Sunny
Yes.
Deol, you'll finally he says, "Tariq milte kya hai? Tariq pe tariq, tariq pe tariq, tariq pe tariq," right? So similarly, if you see in that Mohabbatein movie, right? Shah Rukh Khan, right? He listens to Amitabh Bachchan for a certain duration, and then he starts giving him back. So not that he doesn't respect him, but it's very important to solve that crucial conversation, right? Otherwise, if we just keep ignoring and keep running away from that crucial conversation, we can never be hero of our own movie. So let's do this. I think finally, I think let's try to do a crucial conversation now, right? How do we approach to this overall crucial conversation, right? Let's say situation, and if you remember in the webinar also, Vijay actually gave an example. uh, let's say there's a crucial conversation going with your spouse, right? And I know Ravi is unmarried, so he's a eligible bachelor. So let's say it's a girlfriend, right? We all are married, but only Ravi is there. Okay, so difficult situation, right? And you didn't resolve it, let's say for 2 years, 3 years. Someone like me, we didn't resolve. I didn't resolve my relationship issues for 9 years, right? Now see the amount of accumulation I would have done, right? And that's why people say after 40 years, 45 years, people will somehow manage for initial 7, 8 years. After, in our culture, people generally don't do divorce, but what will they do is mental divorce, right? They'll stop talking to each other and all those things you might see in your previous generation and all those things. So that's what it happens. Mental divorce happens after 10 years. After 50 years, it's very hard to live together, right? So let's say situation has come. How are we going to resolve it, right? So Vijay gave a very great example, that I was a part of webinar, right? And this is also, can someone give me example? Let's say there's a problem, if not in your lives, I'm sure so many people are watching, they will watch this stream. If they have a problem, how can they resolve it? What exactly they should go back and say to their spouse? Let's take this example, how to resolve a crucial conversation, guys. So this is an example. Even if you have not gone through, this will give you an idea. So who's going to take this up?
I can take this up.
Yeah, Anchit, go ahead.
Okay, so for the crucial resolution of crucial conversation is like first of all, we just need to calm ourselves, and we need to think that what is the perspective of that crucial conversation, what is the perspective of other person, and then I need to like go with this approach that and ask my the person that whom I have a fight, like maybe my wife, maybe my colleague, and straightforward with the bottom of my heart, I need to update them. Like I realize my behavior needs certain changes, and in the past we messed up a lot. So let's resolve this situation and stay a peaceful and happy life. That it is not worthy of fighting on these petty issues. So that way, and I'm sorry for all this past messed up that I have done. So in this way, when from the bottom of the heart we speak and we truly believe, it reflects on our face that we are speaking from bottom of my heart, and the face is a very good reflection. So then people will also come up forward and give their perspective and give the solution.
Awesome, Anjit. Awesome. And now let's say you have gone to your spouse and to your wife and told her that, okay, as Anjit was telling, I know I've done many faults, and I was part of this webinar, and I understood that this is something I was doing really wrong. Now I want to fix it. You say this to wife, and your wife says, "What the hell? I'm not going to hear to you. What is this? So you are a fool. You have broken my life. I'm not going to listen to you anything." Now what you will do? So, now don't tell me. This is a response you are getting from your wife. You are in a crucial conversation state. How would you react to it? Yeah, someone else can answer.
Someone wants to take?
Yeah, I think I can take. I mean,
Yeah,
you have to understand the problem where it is, and you have to start listening to him. Is my voice clear?
perfect. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, my video stopped. Okay, so I mean, you have to start listening to the that person. That you have to listen, and then even if she or he talks for 2 hours or 3 hours, you have to listen to all patiently. Like again, that
abusing.
of summarizing will come into picture. Sorry?
She's not talking. She's abusing. What to do?
Yeah, that also you have to listen. That is, I mean, you have to like one very good example. Vijay has given that when something happened to you and pause is there inside, right? So when someone try to remove the pause, so after all the pause comes out, you'll feel relaxed, right? So that's what, like, all the abuses are nothing but the pause, right? So you have to wait for it to finish.
Yeah. So the way you have pus in your body, right?
Yeah.
So first you have to remove that pus, right? Only once it is
Yeah.
removed, then you will feel better. Very nice. Awesome, Sarojit. Okay, hold on to that. Great. So we have this solution, sir, by saying you have to listen to it. Howsoever, whatsoever she is telling, you have to burn your karmas. So you have done all these problems in your life. Now it's time to burn your karmas. You'll have to listen to her. So she might be abusing you. She might be hurling some bad abuses. She might be hitting some vessels on you. But you'll have to still manage. You'll have to deal with that situation because you have done this all wrong things in so many years of your life. Now you have to handle it for 2 hours. Now what? So Ravi and Narayana, what will you do next? I know Ravi is thinking I am not married. What I will do? But it's a great training, Ravi. I'm sure many girls will marry you after this because this guy knows how to handle, how to deal the situation. So tell me, Narayana, Ravi, anyone of you, what will be the next step? Now she's abusing for 2 hours, and now after 2 hours, then she suddenly she stops. Now what you will do? What will be the next step in resolving this crucial conversation? Give it a try. If you know, I am sure Anjit can do. Yeah, go ahead.
You can summarize it what she said, and don't go to, I mean, don't straight away say her apologize and all. Just say that, okay, this is what I went wrong, and say the reason and then apologize rather than saying it directly sorry and then closing the matter. So that would be like, I mean, saying some reason and then apologizing will be the better way to approach them.
And what she say? What sorry? Every time you come and say me sorry, I'm not going to hear from you. Then what you would do?
in this situation, like what I tend to do that when something like that happen, and then I used to go with this, okay, I will make improvement and everything, and then I summarize the points. But those summarizing of point means that you need to put those points into action as well. People observe you, she will observe you that you are taking those summarized points seriously or not. Are you showing the improvements or not? And once you show the improvements, then it behind the scenes, it will reflect in the nature as well, and the behavior will change.
Yeah, but it will take time, right? We are still in the midst of a crucial conversation, right? 2 hours has gone, and now you have started saying all this summarize and summary and some final things. But again, she comes back saying, "What sorry? I'm not going to hear any sorry from you. You're always doing this. You say sorry and then come into the same situation. What you will do then?" Narena, go ahead.
I simply
conversation phase.
I simply kept myself calm for some time. Okay, and I will wait for a situation to come to speak and open my dialogue. Okay, and I told to her the reason why I behave like that at that time, and I will tell the apology also. And yeah.
So in technical term, we will apply the for loop, right?
Yeah.
Apply that loop so that we will go on to that loop again. So basically, again, you will have to. So don't be a technical guy the way we are. That 2 hours, 2 hours has spent. Now it's my turn. It can go to 3 hours. It can go to 4 hours. So you will have to keep on repeating unless it comes to a stage where she starts at least considering your idea, right?
Yeah.
when she's not putting it back, right? And as then Anchi said, then it has to reflect in your habits also, right? That then he actually started giving her values. You start understanding her point, and that's very important to get to that phase. Amazing. And I think we covered the whole scenario, and I think this gives a complete picture how to handle the crucial conversation, right? So just to summarize, the first step is you have to understand her point and go back to her or any colleague or anyone. I know the major problem with married guys is marriage, so we are talking about spouse. Go back to a spouse, say I've already seen this webinar and I know that I've done so many faults and I want to fix that. I want to become a better person. Trust me, you will have to say this maybe for 2 hours, 3 hours, and 4 hours, right? But you have to listen. You don't just keep on saying. You'll have to listen to her. You try to understand her point, and you will get all new old abuses, maybe on your parents, maybe on you, and all those things. Now you have to keep your patience for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, if we are able to maintain that. And that's where her, that all the pus which has gone into us will come out, right?
Yeah.
So that right, and then you'll there will be a stage where all that in our shastra they say, right, all the tamasic gun will come out, and then rajsi will come out. Finally that sattvic will come.
Yes.
Awesome, amazing, guys. It is a great conversation, and I think we generally do only for 30 minutes today. In the midst of all this, it's for 50 minutes. Oh my God. But amazing. I'm sure we added so much of value to the people. And guys, just keep posting, any feedbacks, any doubts, any questions you have. Be part of our association where we keep doing such things. So we do PIM workshop on Saturday 9 p.m. We do book club Sunday 4 p.m. and that's where we keep discussing on important things like decision making, focus, right, and then crucial conversation. So guys, if any last message you want to give, do you want to recommend this to your friends, your people who this association, the learnings that you're doing? Then this is an opportunity. Let's take few seconds, 20 30 seconds, and give a last message if you want to give, and then we will just wrap it up one by one. You can go ahead.
Yeah, can I take it that one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, because of this association I can say, like, I have transformed from can I to how can I. First of all, before I used to think can I, then now I'm thinking how can I do that one.
Awesome.
And one more thing, I transformed like more work to what works for me. Before I used to think like I have to do a lot of work. I used to keep myself busy, but didn't recognize like what works for me. And I started implementing like from like if I want to do this, I have to give it up this one. So I transformed from there to I want this, I want that also, like both the things I want to do it. So this is what the transformation that I have observed in myself. So this
Awesome.
is helping me a lot.
Very nice. So you're recommending to everyone that they can also transform their lives the way it has transformed you. Great. Awesome. Anchit, you want to say anything in the last?
Yeah, sure. So in the PIM session, we have a very important topics that Vijay sir update us and give his thoughts on this, and all these points like the crucial conversations, focus, decision, how to take decisions, all sorts of things, and all sorts of points that we need in personal life, we need in our professional life as well. And it's a very uh, beautiful community we have here, and all the people are most of from the technical side as well as from the business side as well. So these have similar thoughts, and they want to improve themselves and personally grow themselves. So I have grown very much after personally after joining this PIM conversations, PIM sessions, and it's helping me a lot.
Awesome, Anchit. Thank you so much. Naren, you want to add something?
Yeah. uh, by by attending PIM sessions, I came to understand the reality of life. First thing in relationships, and another thing how to make conversations in office. Okay, in these two areas, from 1 month back onwards, I'm transformed a lot. and
Awesome.
also it gives me self esteem and at the same time self confident to speak with the people. So
Awesome. Very nice. Very nice, Narayana. Sarabjit, you want to add something?
Yeah, I mean, the major thing I mean, I realized that the conversation, like I'm not very good communicator, so I'm
But today
starting.
someone told me that you have become a great communicator.
yeah,
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I felt now I have a lot of confidence on communicating with people, and while dealing with various type of relationship, or I can see that in day to day life. So, and you kind of the inner peace. I have that inner peace
Awesome.
inside myself. So that's very important. Thank you,
Great.
thank you,
Great.
PIM.
Awesome. So I was actually talking to Sarbajit's friend today, and he told me I met him 3 months back for some committee thing we were doing, and he was like talking very less and all that. But I was surprised to hear him last week. So he was when he talked with me, I thought I want to listen to him long and longer, right? So this is the transformation that can happen in just 3 months of time. And I was so proud of the fact that we are actually part of this association. And same subject was so happy, and that people are actually have started noting it. Right. So people like Anchit, me, and so many others who are part of this since a few years. I think that's where we have improved this much. And there are people who have just started and they're improving like this. So amazing, guys. I think it was a great conversation. I know it's too late. I still hope some people might. I can still see so many people are still seeing it. I can see the eye. So great. I hope we added some value to your life. Thank you so much. And we'll come back again tomorrow 9 p.m. and we'll talk on another important topic. And the next Saturday 9 p.m. again we are going to talk on very important thing. Why, right? We know the moment we are clear with the why, the how part is so easy, right? So Vijay is going to talk on another important topic next Saturday. Thank you so much. See you guys. Buys from all of us. Buys. Bye. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Bye.